For sustainable value, there are two things that have got to take place. I mean, this is a bit overgeneralised, but nonetheless. So firstly, people have to be committed. So you've got to have a culture where people actually want to do things, they want to step that extra, they want to go the extra mile, they want to put out superior customer service. So you cannot have highly motivated people without a culture that causes that motivation. So one way in which culture and leadership builds performance is that it actually helps motivate people in order to want to perform well. And unless an individual wants to perform well, they won't. So it's very easy to forget that. The other is around, again, from a longer term point of view, is that organisations build an organisational memory. It's called organisational capability. So certain things can be done whilst individuals may well be driving that strategy, direction, whatever it might be. But once they go, it goes with them. So if you build a constructive culture where people are encouraged to behave in certain ways that we know work very, very well, then the organisation seems to take on this memory of how to do these things. And so it's sustainable over time rather than being less sustainable because the person who's driving it's gone. So that's the critical element, is organisations do, strangely enough, have a memory. And so if we can imprint it in that memory, that's why it becomes sustainable. I've been in this business for nearly 40 years, and people ask me all the time, does this stuff really make a difference? I mean, that's the important question. So what's important here is that we have data, that we can paint a relationship between cause and effect. If we do this, this will happen. If this is happening, then something must have caused it, so let's identify that. So that's important because we need to make decisions based on good data, and that's where we come in. We measure what people traditionally think are unmeasurable, so we can measure behaviour at the individual, group and organisational levels, and more importantly, we can show from good research relationships between those behavioural variables, like organisational culture, like leadership, if you like, and the performance level of the organisation.